Hello everyone! Today we will do something with fruits and a very creamy texture. What? Are you sure about this? Because I'm gonna be painting, not cooking.
The text says fruits and creamy texture.
Hi guys! Today I want to try to do a still life in the style of Paul Cezanne. So let's see what we can do. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, share, and don't forget to comment with your next request or challenge. You can also post your work of art on social media with the hashtag NGFCPaint so I can see it and maybe feature it on the next video. Paul Cezanne was born in 1839 in Aix-en-Provence, in the south of France. His father was the owner of a bank, which gave Cezanne a tremendous financial freedom for all his life. Basically, he was loaded and could focus on his art. This comfort allowed Cezanne to venture into new territories because he was not afraid his paintings would not sell. However, his father saw him as the next heir for the bank and wanted to force him to study law to be ready for his career. But after 2 years in law school, where Cezanne was painting and writing poetry more than studying, he dropped out and moved to Paris in 1861 with the support of the author Émile Zola. Rejected from the Academy of Fine Arts, he learned painting techniques from the Académie Suisse with masters like Courbet and Delacroix, and also from his friend, a little group of painters known as the Impressionists. I don't know if you have heard of them. Rapidly, he detached himself from this group, and while keeping their use of color for shadows, but also to separate the different planes in the painting, he turned himself to a more abstract style, devoid of perspective. Cezanne was therefore a precursor, but all his life, his art was met with criticism, even though he is considered today like the father of a more modern form of art that influenced painters like Matisse and Picasso. His style is recognizable for its geometric and repetitive brush strokes that mixed color to give the impression of volume. He paid a lot of attention to this brush stroke, and he is even famous for painting very slowly. He said it would take 4 hours for each brush stroke. His work spanned from still lifes to portrait and also include wonderful landscape from his beloved Provence. In 1906, he died of a pneumonia at the age of 67 after being caught in a heavy storm while painting in the countryside. So let's start by applying a color to our canvas. This will help you judge your colors better than on a white background, avoid the little touches of white between your brush strokes, and also give a whole tonality to the painting, not only by transparency, but also because you will compare all colors to this base. In order to keep with the ambiance of a sunny southern France afternoon, I chose to prime my canvas with warm yellow ochre. Time to open your fridge. Take a few fruits and place them on a white tablecloth. To create the colors generally used by Cezanne, I am using some green and red apple, oranges and a few pears. But you could also use lemons and limes, apricots and peaches. The colors that we want to use are green, yellow, red and orange. A few accessories, a bowl, a bottle of wine, a stem glass and a skull, and you can start arranging all this in a pleasing way. Once you are happy with your arrangement, use a contrasting color. Here I use blue to place all these elements on your canvas. We are not looking for photographic detail here, but for a simplification of shapes. Cezanne was mostly using cylinders, cones and spheres. Using a round brush, fill your fruit with their respective surface colors. Your brush should be filled with a creamy paint. Add your medium to obtain a good consistency. This process should be done with a lot of paint on your brush. Don't take 4 hours for each brush stroke, but pay attention where you put your color. The surface of an apple or a pear, for example, can vary from red to green. Don't paint areas, but juxtapose your strokes to obtain a whole color. This is also the time to work on the background with a mix of the colors we see in the fruits themselves. Work in patches and blur the line between them. Just like the Impressionists, the colors you will use for the shadows are a mix of the original color with a tinge of their complementary color. For the white tablecloth, you can simply use blue. But there is more than that. Near an orange, you will add a bit of orange to your shadow. Near a green apple, a bit of green. Because the fruit color is reflecting, reverberating on the surface of the cloth. In the same way, there will be a bit of the white from the tablecloth in the shadow underneath each fruit, because the light bounces from the cloth to the surface of the fruit. The shadow placed really under the object is really dark and softens slowly as you get further. I confess this is a bit tricky, but take your time and think about all the ways the light and colors are bouncing from and to each other. For this, use your base color with a bit of white to make them lighter. Try to pinpoint the dot where the light reflects on a fruit or on each object. Your light color reflection will be bigger on shinier objects and dimmer on matte ones. So, in a summary, each shape will have its base color, a light tint where the light comes from, and shadows that also contain the color of the object they are reflecting. With a dark color, I used black, but you can use dark blue or brown. Come and do a rough outline around each object of your composition. This effect can be achieved by doing a sort of dry brushing again and again around the fruits to build it little by little. Accentuate the dark of the shadows. Be lighter on the light. These outlines are not precise, clear type, but the fuzzy, very dry one. I also took this opportunity to add some faint leaf in my background to complete the impression of a thick decorative curtain. Time to tidy up as usual and correct a few things here and there to make your painting more coherent. You know what to do. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little experiment. Like, subscribe and share this video. Don't hesitate to write in the comments what you would like to see next, and share your art on social media with the hashtag NGFCPaint so I can see it. Cheers and see you soon.